A very good afternoon to the respected chairperson, the dignitaries and all the attendees of this online conference. I am Mandita Bora, a research scholar from Guwahati University. So I will be presenting on the topic marketing and promotional means of academic library products and services with Web 2.0. So my presentation consists of all these parts, that is the introduction, history of marketing, objective and scope, marketing and libraries, importance of marketing or information products and services, library marketing in terms of S.R. Ranganathan's 5 laws of library science, and so on. So before coming to the introduction, I would just like to mention one thing, that whatever activities we perform in the library, whatever innovative services are taken at hand, that have to be marketed in order to seek more and more attention of the users, because it is a two-way process. It is helpful to the users and also the suppliers of information. So now I begin with the introduction. My introduction part consists of all these four factors, that is the satisfaction of the users, influences of ICT, academic library, and Web 2.0. So for the satisfaction of the users, what we have to do, we have to increase the holdings of the library from time to time, and the influences of ICT have been tremendous. With the help of ICT only, we will be able to form new market segments, identify new market alliances, and maintain a good relationship between the suppliers and consumers of information. Again, the academic library, which plays a very great role in shaping a child's character and behavior, nowadays mostly purchases electronic resources, and to provide the right information to the right user and at the right time and in a required manner, the library products have to be marketed. Again, we have seen the impact of Web 2.0. With the help of the internet only, the Web 2.0 appeared as a great practice in library profession. With the help of Web 2.0 tools, we are able to promote the digital as well as the web based library production services. So keeping all these factors in view, the study reveals all the processes and strategies that can be involved while practicing the marketing of information products and services. My next point is the definitions of marketing, which are the most preferred definitions that was given by American Marketing Association. That is, marketing is the performance of business activities that directs the flow of goods and services from the producer to the consumer or user. Again, I have given the definition given by Philip Kotler, that is, marketing means working with markets to actualize potential exchanges for the purpose of satisfying human needs and wants. Next point is the history of marketing. So while talking about the history of marketing, we have seen that the first attempt was made by USA. What they did for marketing was that they extended the opening hours of the libraries, display of new books, exhibitions, productions, and issuance of library guides. Next was the contribution made by Swett Green. He was the founding figure in America's public library movement, who advocated portable libraries. Next was the contribution made by Melville Dewey. He and few others also advocated for traveling libraries, and these libraries were mostly for rural areas, and it prevailed mostly in India, China, France, etc. Next contribution was made by John Cotton Dunn, who was an American librarian, museum director, and a pioneer in public relations. He was an early practitioner of need assessment, defining target audiences, goal setting. So by doing all these activities, he saw performances in numbers and in customer satisfaction. And lastly, the contribution was made by S.R. Ranganathan. His famous 5 laws of library science was published in 1931, and these laws were also discussed in the light of library marketing. My next point is the objective and scope. The basic goal of the study is to inculcate knowledge among the readers about what they can read, what are the resources available, how to reach the requisite information, etc. Besides that, what tools or measures have to be implemented for a marketing plan in an academic environment. So my next point is the marketing and libraries. The marketing concept appeared in library profession in the 1970s. So here I have given the basic idea of how the 4 P's of marketing mix is quite related to our library profession. That is, the 4 P's consist of the product, place, price, and promotion. Product is the value that librarians add through their knowledge, expertise, informational and organizational skills. One of the main intangible product of the library professionals is the idea. Next is the place. The place refers to the physical or virtual space of the library. Price is the library services, which consists of how efficiently the staff spend their time in making the resources and services available and accessible. Next is the promotion, which consists of actively taking polite action by the library staff in obtaining more and more users of the library. There are certain other factors of marketing mix, which consists of the process, physical evidence, and people. These factors are also quite related to our library profession. My next point is the importance of marketing of library products and services. So here I have just given a gist of how and why there is the importance of marketing of library products and services. As we have all seen that libraries prepare students to be successful in their future career, and what we have to do as a library professional is that we have to rethink and engage ourselves to the cost benefit analysis by investing more and more on reading materials. And academic libraries, which are mostly affected by intrusive and disruptive technologies and changing needs, they have to effectively prepare themselves for the future and understand the nature of their customers and draw the customers to them. To maintain their position and to become relevant, these academic libraries must re-strategize their marketing techniques and identify competitive library marketing strategy. Thus, library marketing is important to our library profession, mostly in the academic field. Next is the library marketing in terms of S.R. Ranganathan's 5 laws of library science. It is well known to all of us, the 5 laws of library science. So the first law, that is books are for use. The implication of marketing lies in the fact that all the reading materials available in the library is for use. If this cannot be freely accessible by the readers, then it becomes a dead investment for the library. The next law, that is every reader his book. In this law, implication of marketing strategy lies in the fact that the staff must put much emphasis on collecting and interpreting information and satisfactorily help the readers in getting the required information. The third law, that is every book its reader. Marketing philosophy according to this law is that the library should perform various activities to take the information, products and services to its readers. The activities that can be performed are publicizing the value and benefits, promotional campaigns, and so on. The fourth law, that is the save the time of a reader. The implication of marketing in this law is that the materials in the library should be repackaged in an appropriate format where readers' needs and demands will be taken into consideration. Again, the library is a growing organism, which is the last law according to S.R. Ranganathan. The implications of marketing is that the library should be usable for both the present and the future days, and the resources should be mobilized and new services and repackaged products should be made available to the patrons. Next is the role of marketing with Web 2.0. Here I have divided it into two parts, that is information technology and marketing and tools of Web 2.0. So how ICT played a great role in marketing is that it provides the medium through which the informations can be marketed. The first medium I have pointed out here is the email, voicemail, fax, video conferences, video conferencing, which comes under communication technology. Next is the online meeting, web conferences or remote access technology, which comes under remote control technology, and again Facebook, Twitter, blogs, which comes under social media. So these are the services which can be provided through the medium of Web 2.0 with the sorry, not Web 2.0, with the help of ICT. Next is Web 2.0 and its uses in library marketing. So here I have given a definition of Web 2.0, which was put forward by Tim O'Reilly. According to him, Web 2.0 is a network as platform spanning all connected devices. It is the applications that make the most of the intrinsic advantages of their platform, get better the most people use it, consume and remix data from multiple sources, create network effects through an architecture participation, go beyond the page metaphor of Web 1.0. And here I have depicted a diagram about the 5 essentials of Web 2.0, which was given by Yu, Ouyang and Chu by conducting a survey of 81 academic libraries. What we mean by open is that open means it allows and enable users to further develop libraries, operations and services. Interactive means enable users to contribute and react in a library based on the Web 2.0. Convergent means various Web 2.0 tools can be utilized. Collaborative means libraries should act as collaborators rather than disseminators or receivers of information. Participatory means they have to participation is the center of Web 2.0. These are certain Web 2.0 tools which are helpful for marketing of library production services, that is library website, blogs, wikis, RSS, social networking sites, instant messaging, tagging, Twitter, podcast, social bookmarking, LinkedIn, YouTube, virtual 3D games, web mapping, Flickr and mashups. All these are very helpful for promoting our library products and services. So now the question arises, how and what libraries can market? Libraries can market the various information products which are available in the form of periodicals, reference documents, books and others. So in the others section I have also given information about the institutional publications and institutional projects which can be promoted with the help of Web 2.0 tools. Again, we need certain skills for our marketing of products and services. First is the analytical skills, which means we have to analyze the needs of the users. Planning skills, that means we have to find proper ways of circulation and for product development, distribution and product display. Next is the organizing skills, we have to organize the library products in definite form and styles. Control skills, we should be informed about the behavioral responses of the users. And promotional skills, use promotional mediums such as voice messages with proper communication channel. These are certain guidelines and suggestions which I have put forward for the help of the various library professionals. Lastly, the conclusion. In the conclusion, I would just like to highlight one thing, that the Web 2.0 tools and technologies should be adopted for the guaranteed survival and continuous growth of academic libraries. This will bring about a collaborative, interactive and web-based library customer services to satisfy their users. Thank you.